Welcome to Refuse to Lose. My name is Joe Jordan. Today's topic, we're going to go over the Green Bay Packers against the Detroit Lions. But before we do that, make sure you like this video and subscribe to the YouTube channel and do one more thing for me. Enjoy the rest of the show. Nobody really wants to talk about exactly what happened in the game. What you really want to know is Green Bay's Packers potential this season. Like, can they repeat what they did last year by being the number one seed and going to the NFC Championship minimum? Some people have them going to the Super Bowl. Not me. I do not have them doing that. But this team is much different from last year's team. Last year's team, they were a top 10 defense. They were much better defensively. And Aaron Rodgers won MVP. Now, when you look at this team this year, especially defensive-wise, now Jared Goff had his way in the first half. When I was watching that game, it was like watching Kurt Warner back in 2009 when they beat the Packers in the playoffs. Yeah, I mean, I think like in the first half, every drive they were scoring. It was only one drive they didn't score, and it's because they had two back-to-back penalties. They had a false start, and then right there they had an offensive holding, so they put them at first and 25, put them in a hole in their own 35-yard line, and they didn't get any points from that. But any other drive, they scored points every other drive. And Jared Goff had hundreds and hundreds of seconds in the pocket to pick them apart. So the Packers pass rush has to do better. Now, of course, I know they are missing one of their linebackers, Zadarius Smith. I know he's out right now, so he's not there to add more pressure, right? But still, you know, they have to evaluate that front line on the defensive side. Now, as far as offensively, they look pretty good. They look pretty solid. They look pretty great. And, of course, the Detroit Lions. But the thing is, now Aaron Rodgers, he had 4 touchdowns, and Aaron Jones also had 4 touchdowns, right? He did an awesome job. I know Aaron Jones, his father just passed away. His first game, his father wasn't able to watch him, you know, at Lambeau Field. So he went off today and set the tone for this Packers team and scored 4 touchdowns. Now, they ran the ball pretty good too, even though Aaron Jones only had 67 yards. But they ran the ball pretty good, and the passing game was good. I believe Aaron Rodgers was 22 for 27 with over 250-some yards, I believe. Like I said, 4 touchdowns. So they look pretty good. Now, against these elite teams, they need to be better. If this same team we're seeing right now go against these elite teams, they're going to have to score each possession because this defense, especially the back end of the defense, didn't look pretty good either. You know? So next week they play the 49ers. I'm predicting that the 49ers are going to score at least 35 points on them next week. So the Packers will have to score a lot of points just to keep up. Now, you have a lot of great teams, a few great teams this year whose defense is doing pretty awful so far. We got the Chiefs defense is doing awful. The Ravens defense is doing awful, but of course they have injuries, and they kind of stepped up at the end of yesterday's game. Then you had the Green Bay Packers. Now, of course, when they lost to the Saints, I did not panic. I didn't think that, you know, the Packers were through. They were a different team. Now, I looked at it as the Saints were a good team. I believe the Saints are still going to make the playoffs. But as far as the Packers, they will make the playoffs only because of the division they're in right now. But outside of that, I don't see the Packers passing the first round in this upcoming playoffs coming up. All right, so now it's not too much I want to analyze this game because, I mean, hey, no disrespect if you're a Detroit Lions fan, it's the Detroit Lions. I mean, Detroit Lions, everybody and their mother, unless you were a Detroit Lions fan, expected them to lose that game against the Packers. Now, what we did not expect was that first half surge they had against the Packers, scoring almost every drive, but then the second half came around, and Jared Goff became Jared Goff, and the Detroit Lions became Detroit Lions. Now, one thing I do want to say about Aaron Rodgers. Now, Aaron Rodgers, he won MVP last year. He had 48 touchdowns. Now, one thing about the Green Bay Packers, they rely heavily on Aaron Rodgers' arm, which they don't have to. Like I said, the running game was looking pretty good tonight, but yet they kept throwing the ball. Now, even in the red zone, I was actually on Twitter, and then my good man Carl, shout out to Carl, always supporting the live videos we have on Wednesday, and it's 1st and goal. And he said they're going to run. I said, no, they're going to throw the ball because Aaron Rodgers need to get his touchdowns. And guess what they did? They threw the ball 2 times in a row. They scored, but they threw the ball 2 times in a row. Now, I look at Aaron Rodgers' numbers last year. The 48 touchdowns are kind of like overrated in my opinion. Now, I'm an Aaron Rodgers fan. I respect him. I think he has a good career so far. Now, 48 touchdowns, 35 of those touchdowns in the red zone. You look at today, most of his touchdowns today, I believe all 4 touchdowns. I'm not sure the one that he threw to the tight end, but I know the 3 he threw to Aaron Jones all in the red zone. So it's kind of overrated, and then he don't get a lot of yardage. You know, he threw 4 touchdowns, but he didn't throw over 300 yards. So, but the good thing about that is Aaron Rodgers is efficient in the red zone. When you get in the red zone, it's a high possibility for you to score with Aaron Rodgers, but he's not doing a lot of scoring between the 20s. You know, right? So that's my take on that. But the Packers offensively today, they look pretty good. Defense, they need some work. If they want to be an elite team like they were last year, they need to step on the defensive end. And I do believe they will play a little bit better on defense, but I don't believe they'll be that elite team they were last year. They will take a step back. Now, Aaron Rodgers will put up his numbers, still be one of the top 5 quarterbacks in the league. But as far as this Packers team, people have them going to the Super Bowl and going back to the NFC Championship. I don't see that happening. I see them getting bounced in the first round. Great job. You made it to the end. I really appreciate that. You made it to the end. Now, before you leave this video, make sure you like the video and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Hit the notification bell also so you can be notified when we drop our next video. And lastly, make sure use the comment section. Put your comments down. Tell me what you think about this topic we just went over. Tell me your comments, your opinions, and maybe we can have a chat debate in the comments. So I appreciate you guys for staying, and I'll see you at the next show.